Hey, I want to have a how-to video on how to install the Smart Home KeypadLinc. It's 2487S. I have previously put in a fan link in the fan above in this bedroom. This fan had a light and a fan switch. And when I did it, I capped off the light and connected everything to one line coming into the fan. And when I did that, it wasn't very easy to turn off anything except for my cell phone. So I bought this switch control panel to go with it. I bought the extra fan module, so I have off, low, medium, and high, which I'm going to program using the scenes. And then I'm going to replace the switches with this and place an electrician panel like this to go on it. Hopefully you can see it, which will probably be more like that. Looks like it has a bracket that goes on the side that's empty, and this will fit over. And it fits perfectly in. And once I get that done, it'll look like this, and we'll be able to turn the fans and light on and off without having our cell phone in the room anymore. Alright, this was our baby's room, and we wanted to be able to turn the fan on and off after we went to bed, and when we decided if the baby was hot or cold. And I got that done, and that was working fine until we realized that we couldn't turn on or off the light without your cell phone. And my wife was frustrated because she didn't usually carry her cell phone into the nursery when she put the kid down. So I started thinking about installing this control panel. And I said earlier, I want the control panel to be only show on one side. I'm going to take out the light switch completely and make this all work. I've already shut off electricity to this room. Alright, currently the way I have it wired is that power is coming from this switch. So that's the first one I'm going to work with. I'm going to just take it out completely. I want to send this one to the fan link without being able to turn it off. Because this is what I've learned since I had the fan link on. If you turned off the switch, you lose the ability to do anything with the fan, which is kind of annoying. Let's pull that out. Look at it. Here are my line and load coming in. What I will do is take this off completely. I find when I've done this in the past, it's easier to get some wire cutters. Which I may have to go and get. So I didn't bring them with me this time. I've done a few Insteon switches in the house. I'm no electrician, but with a little bit of practice, I've kind of figured out how to do all this. Alright, now I've got that disconnected. Let's take off the ground too. What I'll do with this light switch is put it away and save it for somewhere else around the house where a light switch breaks, which seems like in my house, light switches have gone out quite a bit. Alright, so that leaves me this light switch out. I'm going to wire these two together completely. This is the plan. Just to get it out of the way. Wires so that I can get onto them with a wire nut a lot easier. Take that. What I've learned through doing this is the strips that they did in our house is pretty long. And usually a wire nut doesn't cover the whole thing. We're going to try. And then I may end up cutting it off just slightly to handle my wire nut. I don't want any copper showing. In this case, I'll need to cut it. So I'm going to cut it down. Usually I pick the same size. I cut them off at the same time. close that in. That's the first thing I want to do. Now that the wire nut is on here really good and secure, I'm going to pull on it and make sure nothing can take it apart. Which we're good. So now, the fan will stay on all the time. There. We'll take that off over to the side for now. The next section is the other light switch. What I want to do with that is install the fan link. I wanted the fan link on this side. Not the fan link, I mean the smart keypad. The keypad from Smart Home. There we go. I want it on this side because it just makes more sense. So we're going to remove this altogether. Alright. Pull it out. Here, I know that I capped off the red wire up at top. Red wire right here. The first thing I'm going to do is take this off completely. Quite honestly, had I known I capped off the red wire, and that was when I went to the light switch, if I looked at this right before I installed it, I would have tapped off the other wire. Because I wanted originally this side to be the controller for the fan link. But the colors I thought were messed up and I didn't quite get the color right, so I capped off the wrong wire. Which is okay. We can handle that. And everything I've read on the internet is you need to cap off this anyway. So what I'll do is I straighten it out. I'm going to go ahead and cut it so I can get a cap on it. Just like that. And then grab another cap, another nut, and put it in. Cut this one a little bit shorter, because I know for good that it's not going to be connecting to anything. And it is where the power is coming from. Or going to, I should say. Should be no power in here. So this effectively will make that wire I capped off the fan not having any power to it. Alright. So that leaves me the line coming in. What I'll do is take it off here. And get ready to put it on the keypad. The Insteon keypads are frustrating to me because they require a little more wiring than someone like me who doesn't wire wants to do. But that's just the way it is. I don't really understand all of it. I'm no electrician whatsoever. So feel free in your comments to tell me if I've done this wrong. And then I may come back up here and fix it. But I wanted to help other people who are like me that were trying to figure out how. As I tell you, it was hard to find really good directions. Alright. So now that I've got that, I'm going to straighten out this ground wire. Now I'll straighten out the other ground wire. Two. Alright. We're going to put the ground wires together. I'm going to put this on the switch, or the keypad, and I'm going to go ahead and get my white wire ready. And this is where things get weird. Because you got to have that white wire, and that's all capped, that's all been tied off by our electrician. So I'm going to take this and put this wire in the back to get it out of the way. Because I really don't need it. And it's just kind of hanging out. So, there it is for someone to come back after we sell the house that doesn't want to do smart home stuff like I do, because I'm a big nerd. Alright, so we grab the grab the switch. It's all pretty well laid out. It says this is the load. So here's my load right here. What I've learned from all Insteon stuff is that it's pretty short. So again, I like to cut things down slightly so I can get it in there and work better. So I usually line it up like this. I don't know if you can see that. And then give it a good cut at the same length. When I do that, I then grab a wire nut and tie it in. So we're putting in the wire nut now. And I just twist it on. Alright, here's where I'm doing something a little different than all the others that I've read about. Well, to my disappointment, the KeypadLinc, the on and off, actually will turn off, on and off the load to this, or the line, or the power to the light. I don't like that, because then when you do that, you can't use the light anymore. And the KeypadLinc, or the Insteon fan link won't work anymore. So I don't want that to happen. So what I'm going to do is cap off the red wire. Red wire is capped off and has a firm on it. It's not going to go anywhere. Alright. Twisting out the neutral, since the Insteons use that. I'm going to let that in. It's pretty simple. I just put it in, hold it down, and get my the old wire nut that they used originally. I don't try taking anything apart. I just try to put it in with the whole process that's already in there. Now I have that. I'll give it a good tug. See that, does it come out? It doesn't. So I've wired in all that I want. I'm going to put this back in here, out of the way. I'm going to tuck this in, out of the way. I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to tie this in to the ground, like this. What I find sometimes, if I twist it on, it makes it a little easier. So we're going to twist it in there. To give me something to hold on to. Because the copper is a little harder to work with, in my opinion. Now I twist it in so I can work with those two coppers. And I will plug in a wire nut and finish this off. So then I put my wire nut here, and we connect the ground. Alright, so now we're ready. Push all this back in and make sure it all works. It's always hard to get back in my opinion. Always a big mess. I was hoping by taking out the light switch that would make this a little easier. And there may be easier ways to do this that I don't know about. Because I can tell you, I've just gotten into Insteon and learning how all this works. And it's all fairly new to me. But I like the Insteon setup. I think it's pretty dang neat. Alright, here's the KeypadLinc in action. Currently the light is on. And if I turn the fan on here, it will make it work. And the fan turns to low. to high, to medium, and off again. And then turn the light off, and it'll get dark real quick. And light on. That is it in action. Hey, alright, so I finally finished it. It's all installed, and you saw the finished product at the end of this video. What I did learn from it that really kind of annoys me, I think, about Insteon products is that to use the on-off, oh, why it's going blurry. To use the on-off and fan high-low, all that stuff, I had to create scenes, which I didn't like. So now I have a whole bunch of scenes that are in my Insteon setup. I think I could have used the buttons on the fan link to do all this, but to do that meant I take the fan back down to get to it. My fan doesn't have a down rod, and I can't just access the fan link as easy as I'd like. If I could ask Insteon or Smart Home anything, it would be to create a fan link that plugs into the wall. You don't need, I don't think you need to put one on the fan itself. You could do the wall just like the control panel and simplify the entire setup and not have to get up in the ceiling to do things. Plus, it would work in other fans I have in the house that are too high up for me to even consider doing. Anyway, I didn't show anything on how to do the programming. That's, I would think, what most people can do with Insteon stuff that's already done a few of them. If they would need any help, I can do a video to show it. But all it really was push the button and link it to the hub, and then just do a scene for each of the modes of the fan I want, and the on-off switch, since I didn't connect the on-off to the light. And if I had done that, then the fan link wouldn't have worked with the light very well, since I had wired the fan link through to the light and the fan, which is how it's meant to be done. Well, that's it. If there are any questions, post them in the comments below. Like I said, I'm not an electrician, so, you know, this is how I did it. You may want to talk to an electrician for yourself to know how to really do it if you have more questions. But this is what worked for me and what I found Googling and the few obscure forums that talked about it. Thanks a lot. Bye.